As we ever so optimistically move towards 2026, leaving behind 2025, new year, new me, and new application fees. Let's find out how much the Home Office is going to be charging you for applications made in 2026 up until the point that they actually make a change, which is quite likely. But let's find out how much the application fees are at this point in time. We're going to be talking about three types of applications: family applications, work applications, and student applications. And we'll also throw in some naturally progressive applications such as indefinite leave to remain and naturalisation applications. Let's get into it. We're going to be starting off with family applications. These are applications where somebody is outside the UK and intends to come into the UK to join a family member, or somebody is already in the UK and is extending their leave as a family member, or somebody's calling a child into the UK, or somebody's calling an elderly dependent over to the UK. If you are making such applications from within the UK, the fees for extending a visa are in the region of about £1,300. And there's also an immigration health surcharge of roughly £2,600. If you are making an application for your partner or for a family member to come into the UK for the first time, their application cost is around £1,900 and the immigration health surcharge cost is in the region of about £3,100. If you are calling a child into the UK, the same costs apply, although there's a slight difference in relation to the immigration health surcharge fee that they will pay. For a child, if they are making an application from within the UK in order to extend their leave, the immigration health surcharge is going to be around about £1,900. For somebody coming into the UK for the first time as a child, their immigration health surcharge is going to be in the region of about £2,300. This is charged at about £770 each per year. Now, in relation to elderly dependents, these are parents or grandparents that are coming into the UK in order to live here permanently. Their application fee is in the region of about £3,400. However, there is no immigration health surcharge that they'll need to pay. Moving on to work visas. The work visas are a little bit more complicated because their fee is contingent upon two things. The first of these is whether they are making an application from inside the UK or outside the UK. And the second thing is whether they are going to make an application for a period up to 3 years or more than 3 years. These two things will differ the cost significantly. Let's start off with the application fee for somebody who is outside the UK coming into the UK for a period of up to 3 years. Their application fee is going to be in the region of about £780. But if they are coming into the UK for more than 3 years, their application fee is going to be in the region of about £1,500. Now let's look at an applicant who is making an application from within the UK for up to 3 years. Their application fee is going to be in the region of about £900. And if somebody is making an application from within the UK for a period of more than 3 years, their application fee is going to be in the region of about £1,700. The immigration health surcharge here differs. It depends on the period for which they are coming. They'll be charged in the region of about £1,035 per year for every year that they're coming into the UK. For example, if they're coming into the UK for a 3-year period, it'll be in the region of about £3,100. So what you'd effectively need to do is find out how much your application fee is, find out what the period is, and then apply the health surcharge based on that. If your period is anything more than half the year, the full year will count. Now let's consider the healthcare worker visa. There's a different amount associated with up to 3 years and more than 3 years that the person is coming to the UK for. Now this is to some extent a concession. If you are coming into the UK for up to 3 years, your fee is going to be £300. If you are coming to the UK for more than 3 years, the fee is going to be around about £500. There are some immigration health surcharge concessions as well, but generally you'll be paying about £1,035 per year, so you can calculate it based on that. Now let's consider the immigration shortage list. If your occupation is on the shortage list, you'll be paying a different amount. So let's say you're coming here for a period of up to 3 years. Your fee for the application is going to be in the region of about £600. And if you're coming into the UK for more than 3 years, your fee is going to be around about £1,100. And again, on top of that, you'd have to pay the immigration health surcharge at £1,035 per year that you're coming for or extending for. And then we have the global talent visa. For this application, you're going to be paying in the region of about £770. And again, you're going to have to pay the immigration health surcharge at £1,035 per year that your leave is for. Now let's move on to student visas. For student visas, you're going to be paying in the region of about £500 for the visa fee itself, the application fee, and the immigration health surcharge is charged at about £770 per year for every year that you're in the UK for. And that applies whether you're coming into the UK or whether you're extending your stay. Now, then progressively you get onto the graduate route. The graduate visa is going to cost you in the region of about £800, and then you're paying an immigration health surcharge at the rate of £1,035 per year that you're here for. Generally, that's 2 years. However, there is talk in the immigration sphere of it reducing to 18 months. Then, as part of the naturally progressive applications, we have indefinite leave to remain. Indefinite leave to remain will cost you in the region of about £3,000, and then you have the naturalisation applications. Naturalisation applications are costing in the region of about £1,700. However, if you're making an application for a child to register, that's costing in the region of about £1,300. Let's talk about a bonus application, visitor visas. Visitors pay in the region of about £127 when they come into the UK as a visitor for up to a 6-month period. However, there are different grades of visitors and different types of visitor applications. Majority of them cost exactly the same amount for the same amount of period, but some are for 2 years, some are for 5 years, and some are for 10 years. If you are making an application for somebody to come into the UK for a 2-year period, and remember, it's not an continuous 2-year period, it is a period of 2 years within which the person can enter multiple times for up to 6 months each time without having frequent successive visits, then it's going to cost you near enough to £500. If you are making a multi-entry visa for 5 years as a visitor, that's going to cost you in the region of £850. And if you make an application for a 10-year multi-entry visa, that's going to cost you in the region of about £1,000. There are very small categories where somebody can come for a period of more than 6 months. For example, if you're coming into the UK in order to receive medical treatment, those people can come into the UK for an 11-month period, and that'll cost them about £240. These are the most common applications and their costs. If you want me to talk about the costs of a different application, then feel free to let me know. At some point, I will be doing costs associated with sponsorship. However, the only difference there is that those costs are very much contingent on various factors associated with the person that's coming into the UK and the person that is sponsoring them. But feel free to let me know what kind of costs you want me to go over, and I'll be more than happy to do that. And follow, because I'll be doing regular cost updates as and when the Home Office release them. Good luck with your applications.